Welcome to The Late Show, everybody. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. And we firmly established that it's Friday already. But hey, listen, I'm not going to see you next week. Happy 4th of July, ladies and gentlemen. In here, out there, greatest country on earth. Greatest country on earth. This is our birthday coming up, the only holiday where people are cool when you start setting stuff on fire. And as great as it is to celebrate America, once in a while, I like to take a moment to remember that there are countries that are not us. And they are not so hot on our president. In a poll released this week by Pew Pew Pew, Trump's approval rating worldwide is 22%. Mr. President, congratulations. You've united the planet. People all over the world join in, tiny hands join in. Join the Trump train, Trump train. Now, thank you very much for jumping in there. Thank you very much. Unrehearsed. Yeah. And it's not just Europe, ladies and gentlemen. Trump is unpopular in 6 continents. Yes, the only place they like him is Antarctica. Yeah. That's nice.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, though.
What's that?
Do not tell those penguins about pulling out of the Paris Accords. And Trump's approval ratings are down in most of our closest allies, especially the Germans, with 87% lacking confidence in Trump. Okay, hold on, Germany. You're not known for picking great leaders, okay? People in glass houses shouldn't throw Hitlers. But there is one country where America's reputation is on the rise. Wait for it. Russia, where confidence in the U.S. president surged to 53% from 11%. It explains Trump's 2020 campaign slogan, Trump 2020, I can't read it, it's in Russian. Now, if there's one thing we know about Donald Trump, about the President of the United States, is that he loves seeing his name on buildings. But there's about to be one less Trump Tower because the Trump International Hotel in Toronto is removing the Trump name. Now, it's surprising. Usually, to get all signs of Trump out of your hotel, you need some Lysol and a new mattress. Or just flip it. Now, here's the deal. This Trump Tower in Toronto, Trump didn't build the property and he doesn't own it. The Trump organization just managed it and they license his name. And since the president took office, the Toronto Trump Hotel has been a site for protests against Trump's comments disparaging women, Mexicans, and Muslims. Wow, I did not know Canada even had protests. I figured that if they were angry about something, they just sent a strongly worded apology. Now, that's not the only Trump company in trouble, because there's a major controversy surrounding Ivanka Trump's clothing line. 3 activists recently went undercover, and these 3 people discovered that workers making Ivanka's shoes faced overtime that stretched past midnight and crude verbal abuse. In other words, the same conditions faced by the White House press pool. Now, the undercover activists, huge fans of verbal abuse here tonight. Thank you. The undercover activists also witnessed a worker getting injured after an angry manager had hit him with the sharp end of a high-heeled shoe. So it's not so much as a pump as a pump. Now, the founder of the activist group described the factory as among the worst he has seen in nearly 2 decades investigating labor abuses. Now, all this bad PR is the sort of thing that could bankrupt Ivanka's businesses. So, like father, like daughter. Speaking of controversy, Daddy's little girl. Daddy's little girl. Speaking of controversy, there's a new one brewing over at the Environmental Protection Agency. It's all centered around the head of the EPA and ventriloquist who is his own dummy, Scott Pruitt. Back in March, the EPA reversed a ban on a controversial pesticide called chlorpyrifos, which is surprising because the EPA's own scientists found ingesting even minuscule amounts can interfere with brain development. In other words, it's the chemical equivalent of Fox and Friends. So, why, the question is, obviously the question is, the fine people, it's a great show, well-produced show, I'm a fan. So, why did Pruitt overturn the ban? Well, we don't really know, but we just learned that right before he made the decision, he met privately with the CEO of Dow Chemical, who makes the pesticide, for a half hour at a Houston hotel. And that looks really bad, because there is no convincing way to explain spending time in Houston. Because of the humidity, they're lovely people. What looks even worse is that before this came out, Dow had been lobbying the Trump administration to, quote, set aside the findings of federal scientists. And the administration has then done them one better by setting aside science.